Imagine this, what if God couldn't walk on water? It sounds strange, right? After all, walking on water is like God's calling card. It's a big deal in many religions. We've heard stories about it since we were kids. Jesus walking on the Sea of Galilee, it's a powerful image. It makes us believe in the impossible, but what if the impossible isn't really possible? What if these stories are more like metaphors? What if they're trying to tell us something deeper, something that has nothing to do with defying gravity? It's a question worth thinking about. It might change how we see God, and it might change how we see ourselves too. Okay, so why is walking on water such a big deal in religion? Well, water is powerful. It can be unpredictable. Think about the vast oceans and the mighty rivers. They can be serene and calm one moment, and in the next, they can turn into a raging force of nature, capable of causing immense destruction. It can give life, and it can take life away. Water nourishes the land, allowing plants to grow and sustain life, but it can also flood towns and sweep away everything in its path, leaving devastation behind. In many cultures, water represents chaos, the unknown. The deep, dark waters are often seen as a metaphor for the mysteries and uncertainties of life, the things that we cannot control or predict. And who better to conquer chaos than God? The idea of a divine being walking on water symbolizes mastery over the chaotic and the unknown, bringing order and peace where there was once turmoil. So, walking on water becomes a symbol, a powerful image that conveys the idea of divine intervention, of a higher power stepping in to calm the storms of life. It shows us that God is stronger than the scariest things in the world, that no matter how fierce the storm, there is a force greater than the chaos, capable of bringing tranquility. But maybe there's another way to look at it. Perhaps beyond the literal interpretation, there's a deeper, more personal meaning. Maybe it's not about God literally controlling the waves. Maybe it's about the metaphorical waves in our lives, the challenges and obstacles we face every day. Maybe it's about something else, something more internal. It could be about finding inner peace and strength amidst the chaos of life. Maybe it's about how we face the storms in our own lives, the challenges, the uncertainties, how we remain steadfast and calm, even when everything around us is in turmoil. Maybe faith is about finding our footing, even when life feels shaky. It's about believing in our ability to overcome, to stand firm and balanced, no matter how unstable the ground beneath us may seem. Now, some people might say, hold on, if God can't do amazing things, why should I believe? It's a fair question. We're used to thinking of God as a superhero, someone who can do anything. But what if true faith isn't about seeing to believe? What if it's about believing even when we don't see? What if the real miracle is inside us? Think about it. Humans have done incredible things. We've built cities, explored space, cured diseases. We have this amazing ability to learn, to grow, to love. Maybe those are the real miracles, the ones we create every day. Maybe God's power isn't about parting seas. Maybe it's about giving us the potential to do amazing things ourselves. Section 4. The power within rethinking divinity. If we shift our thinking, we start to see things differently. Our perception of divinity can transform, revealing new layers of meaning and connection. What if God's power isn't about breaking the laws of nature? What if it's about harmonizing with them, working through them in ways we haven't yet understood? Imagine a divine force that doesn't disrupt but rather enhances the natural world. What if it's about the intricate dance of elements, the growth of a plant or the flow of a river? What if God is in the laws of physics, in the very fabric of the universe, woven into the stars and galaxies, the patterns that govern our existence, in the beauty of a sunset, the way the sky transforms into a canvas of colors, a daily miracle we often take for granted, in the love we feel for each other, the connections we share, the bonds that bring us together, making us feel part of something greater. What if the universe itself is a kind of miracle? It's a big thought, but consider the vastness, the complexity, the sheer wonder of it all. But it's not a new one. Many ancient cultures have always seen the divine in nature, in the world around them. Many cultures have always seen the divine in nature, in their rituals, their stories, their understanding of the world. They recognized a sacred connection in the cycle of life and death, the endless loop of creation and destruction, a testament to the power and mystery of existence, in the balance of the ecosystem. This doesn't diminish God. It shows a divine presence in the harmony and balance of life. It makes God even bigger. It expands our understanding, making the divine more encompassing, more profound. It makes God part of everything. Every leaf, every drop of water, every breath we take becomes a part of this divine tapestry. And it makes us part of something truly amazing. We are not separate from this divine presence. We are intertwined with it, part of its grand design. Section 5. When Gods Walked Among Us, Myths and Their Meanings. Throughout history, people have told stories about gods and goddesses. These tales have been passed down through generations, often changing and evolving with each retelling. They are woven into the very fabric of our cultures and societies. These stories are full of impossible feats, gods throwing lightning bolts, goddesses controlling the weather, heroes performing superhuman tasks. They capture our imagination and transport us to a world where anything is possible. But these stories were never meant to be taken literally. They were metaphors, symbols that conveyed deeper truths about the human experience. They were ways to make sense of the mysteries of life and the universe, ways to explain the world around us. In a time before science provided answers, myths filled the gaps in our understanding. They offered explanations for natural phenomena, the changing seasons, and the stars in the sky, to teach us lessons about life and death, good and evil. Myths were not just stories, they were moral compasses, guiding people on how to live their lives, how to treat others, and how to navigate the complexities of existence. Take the Greek myth of Icarus. It is a tale that has been told and retold countless times, each version adding its own nuances and interpretations. He flies too close to the sun, his wings melt, and he falls to his death. This story is a powerful reminder of the consequences of overreaching, of not knowing our limits. Is it a true story? No, but its truth lies in its message, not in its factual accuracy. It speaks to the human condition, to our ambitions and our flaws. But it teaches us about the dangers of hubris, the peril of excessive pride and arrogance. It warns us to be mindful of our actions and their potential consequences, about the importance of balance. Myths often emphasize the need for harmony, for finding a middle path between extremes. They remind us that balance is key to a fulfilling and meaningful life. These stories remind us that myths are powerful. They're not just relics of the past, but living narratives that continue to shape our worldviews and our identities. They speak to something deep within us. They resonate with our innermost fears, hopes, and dreams. They connect us to our ancestors and to each other. They help us understand ourselves and the world around us. In a world that is constantly changing, myths provide a sense of continuity and connection. They are timeless stories that will continue to inspire and guide us for generations to come. Section 6, the unknowable universe. Embracing the mystery. The universe is a vast and mysterious place. We've learned so much about it, but there's still so much we don't know, and that's okay. Maybe some things are meant to remain a mystery. Maybe that's part of what makes life so interesting. The wonder, the possibility. Does God walk on water? Maybe, maybe not. But maybe the more important question is this. How do we walk through the world with kindness, with courage, with compassion? These are the questions that really matter. These are the questions that shape our lives. And maybe, just maybe, they're the questions that lead us closer to the divine, however we choose to define it. Section 7. What do you believe? So what do you believe? It's a question only you can answer. But I hope this journey has made you think about the nature of faith, about the power of metaphor, about the wonders of the universe. Keep asking questions, keep exploring, keep searching for your own truth, because in the vastness of space and time, the most incredible journey is the one we take within ourselves.